Hello, technology world. This is part 2 of Linux volume management on the Red Hat operating system. If you haven't, you may want to go back and watch part 1 to this, which is posted on my video page here. So right now we're just going to continue on with the command line walkthrough. So, moving right along. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear our screen, and let's just see where we're at. And we're just going to do a df minus h just to see where we're at. Okay, at this point we can see that we have a root file system, a boot file system, a home file system, and a CD-ROM. We can see the approximate disk space on those systems. So if we want to see what disk we have, we do an f disk minus L. And actually, I'm not going to go through all this output on the screen because I already know what it is. Basically, we're looking at 4 disks: SDB, SDC, SDD, and SDE. Now, just keep in mind, SDE, we're going to carve out the different slices so we can create physical volumes from those slices. Alright, so let's see what's next on our list. Alright, so let's go ahead and create the first 3 physical volumes out of B, C, and D. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and create the rest of them really fast here. And D, sorry, B, C, and D, there we go. Okay, so if we want to see what we have, oh my god, we have sirens coming, sorry about this. So if we want to see what we have, we go physical volume display here. Okay, so we can see that our volumes are created. We can see the B here, we can see the C, and we can see the D. So we have the physical volumes. Now we're going to do the special thing that we promised that we would do with the E volume. So we're going to do an F disk full path name, and we're going to chop this baby up into several different slices. First, we want to look at the partition table and see what's there, and nothing is there. That's great. We're going to create a new partition. It's going to be the primary partition. We're going to hit P for primary. We're going to make this the first, we're going to label this the first partition, and we're going to select the first cylinder, and we're going to make this 2 GB. Okay, great. Print just to see where we're at. Perfect. Now we're going to make an extended partition, and we're going to choose E for extended. We're going to call this the second partition, and we are just going to accept the default starting cylinder for 3. And at this point, we are going to accept the default ending partition for 1044. Great. Let's see what we have here. Print the partition table. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to start to create our logical volumes, and we're going to basically create 3 more of those. I'll go as fast as I can. We shall take, we'll start the cylinder at 3, and then the cylinder will end. We'll let the cylinder end at 4. Okay, and then the next one, we're going to create another one. We need 2 more of these. Logical. We're going to start the cylinder at the default 5, and we're going to let it end at 7. And then we are going to do 1 more. Logical. And the default is 8. We're going to let it end at 9. At 10. Let's let it end at 10. Who cares? Okay, so now if we print the partition table, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4 slices that we can work with. So now we want to verify, and then we want to go ahead and write and exit. Okay, perfect. So let's just check our little task list and see where we're at. Okay. So now we can go ahead and create the physical volumes out of the slices that we've created. So I'm going to try to do them all at one time. So physical volume create, let's see, dev SDE1. The next one is going to be 5. The next one is going to be 6. And finally, the next one is going to be 7. Perfect. Okay, good. All 4 are created. We'll do a clear just to, they're all there. I think we don't actually have to size them yet anyway, so it's not a big deal. Alright, so moving right along. Okay, so now it's time to make some volume groups. And the syntax is simple. Volume group create, volume group, and we're going to create the web, and we're going to use the first 2 disks to do this. So that's fairly simple here. Volume group create. You know what? I think I'm just going to shorten this up. I better not. I don't want to confuse myself. I better stick with the script. Volume underscore group underscore web, and we're going to list this. Okay, so let's confirm the command. Volume group create web, and then we're going to use disk SDB and SDC. So we have one contiguous or one solid volume group that we've created from 2 physical volumes here. Do we have to do them all? Do we have to do? We'll do one more in the interest of time. Okay, so now we'll do volume group create volume. Pretty boring stuff. I apologize for doing this video because I know it's very dry. We'll do data, and then we'll do dev SDD, and this one we're actually going to use one actual huge physical volume, and then we're using slices with this physical volume. So that's one physical volume, and these are, and I'm saying slices, we'll just say disk, just so you can understand what I'm saying, because they're all physical volume, and all physical volumes are the same to us. But the first one is a physical volume created from a solid disk. The rest of these are physical volumes created from slices. But honestly, they're all the same, except that when you're using slices, you can use them to stripe. I don't know if it's going to stripe on its own. But anyway, let's get through this. This is the first slice. And that's the second slice. Let's see what happens here. So we're creating volume group create. The group we're creating is data. And we're using 3 physical volumes. Okay, that worked out. So if we want to confirm it, we could do a VG display. And then we can list the volume group. Okay. And there she is. And we can see it's 5 gigabytes. 5 gigabytes. There we go. Okay, moving right along here. Now, let's say we wanted to let's say we wanted to take one of those out. Okay, let's say we wanted to take one of those out. Let's say for whatever reason one of the disks went bad and we want to remove it. So we can do a if we wanted to, we can do a volume group reduce. We can do a volume group reduce. We list the volume group that we're reducing, and we're going to stick with the script here, and we're going to remove physical volume SDE5. Oh, what? Oh my God, look what we've done. We've removed 2 physical volumes. So now that physical volume only has one, now that volume group only has 1 physical volume in it. So we've removed physical volume SDD, and we've removed physical volume SDE5. So we've moved the disk, and we remove the slice. But again, we're not really thinking about disk and slice because we're thinking about physical volumes. I just wanted to help you visualize what we've done. So we got to fix this. Let's go to the next page and see it. Okay, so if we want to fix it, if we want to put it back in, we can go volume group extend. We could do that, volume group extend, and we could list the name of the group that we want to extend, and we can put those 2 back in. So let's do that. Let's fix it. So let's clear everything out. Thank God for bash. And instead of reduce, we're just going to say extend. Alright, so volume group, you know what, yeah, volume group, you know what, we should actually, you know, I'm sorry, we should look and see what it looks like now that we've taken those 2 out. Let's see if we do volume group display. Don't forget, the command we're going to use is volume group extend, and we want to display volume underscore group underscore data. That's what we want to display. That's not that's not giving me the effect I was looking for. Why didn't okay, oh, I see what we did wrong. Okay, alright, you know what, let's just look at them all. Okay, so now if we look at the volume group data, interesting, we can see the size stayed the same. Interesting. Alright, enough fun. Let's just put this back so we can move on. We don't run out of time. Okay, so we want to fix this. Remember, we removed 2 disks unintentionally. We only meant to remove 1. So it's going to be a volume group extend. Volume group extend. The name of the volume is data, and we're going to put SDD back in and SDE right back in. Okay. And it was extended. Perfect. And we could also do a volume group scan, and we can just grep the one that we want. Okay, it's telling it's Linux Volume Manager too. Okay, good stuff. Alright, so now let's fast forward a little bit here. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, so now let's create some logical volumes here. Let's create logical volumes. So the syntax is logical volume create -n logical volume, the name of the logical volume that we want to create, and then this is where we actually size it. So let's do that and create a file system and get the